Hello, this is lesson 6 of the Drive Print Technical Certification. It's going to cover the reporting module. So the reporting module is a new module in version 3 that is paired with the authentication module, and it actually lets us report on all of the copies and the prints and the scans that have been made. And we can run a series of reports. We can do bill back, so if we want to bill specific clients or accounts for jobs, we can do that. We can also use it just to track internal usage. So here, if you look at my licenses, I have all of the licenses here. I have authentication, mobility, pull print, and here is the important one, I have reporting. So what the reporting module will allow is for me to run all these reports. And like I said before, you need to have the authentication module because that's the only way that we can track the copies and the scans and the faxes, is if we've controlled the login. So I'm going to go down here to the live events, and if you look up there, I have a login, a job was completed, and that was just a couple minutes ago. And if I go up here to the live usage, this is a function that's only available with the reporting module. I can actually get full reports in here, live counts of everything that's happening on all the devices. So here you see I logged in as Drive. I actually associated it to account number 1, which I showed you earlier in the authentication screen. And I made 2 copies of a 2-page document, and I did it in color. So all that was reported on. I could also filter it out here, like let's say if I wanted to say only see things for Sharp, or if I only wanted to see things for Drive, I can do that. There are 2 reporting services that you're going to want to make sure are enabled. Well, it's just the report scheduler service, and then actually I guess there's just the one, but you also are going to need the Sharp authentication and accounting. So if I look over here, there's a bunch of reports that are set. You can't yet generate your own reports, but we're working on a module for that. But we're adding a lot of reports in here every week. So if you have any requests, just let us know and we can add that type of report in there for you. For just some basic reporting, I could say, well, let's do a detailed cost by user, or how about a detailed activity by device. So I know that I have this Sharp machine, and I want to see everything that's happened for it. I just want to schedule it once. I want to run it right here. So I need to turn the service on. Let's see. Okay. So if I look at my reports here, the reporting is active. It's going to run that. It's running it right now. As soon as it's ready, it'll be set down here below with the date, and I can open it up. There we go. And like I said, you could schedule that to run every week, every day, whatever you want. And when I open it up here, I have a PDF. And I see I have 4 color sides, 4 sheets, completed, who it was completed by, and remember this is all for that device. So if you go down here on the left, you can see there's also an accounting section now. What the accounting section allows us to do is build these jobs with a certain pricing model, or also we can build them with or to a certain account. So here I've created 2. I've created account 1 and account 2, and I've added Drive as the user who's associated with account 1 and 2. And that screen at the copier that popped up and asked me which account I wanted to associate it to will only pop up if that user who's logged in is associated to more than one account. And the account type needs to be a client or a project. So because I was associated to more than one, it asked me who I wanted to bill whatever I was about to do to. I can also set up a pricing model here. So project A, client B, I can set specific costs for different types of jobs. And if you look at the accounts here, the pricing model for account 1 is just standard. And if I go back here, standard is 50 cents for a black and white or a mono, $4 for standard color size. Actually, maybe that's half a cent. So let's say I want to run a report for the cost, and I want to do it for that account. If I go up here and I say a summary report, let's say summary of costs by client account. Well, I know that account 1 is a client account, and I want to see all of the costs there. It looks like maybe turn the host service off again. Let's see, it's going to run. There we go. It already ran. Summary of costs by client account, and there we go. So I did 6 monosides, 12 color sides, total sheets 14, and the cost was 68.5 cents. So it'll round it up here and do 69 cents. And like I said, you can run that on a schedule. The other thing that's sort of important, it's a little minor thing, is that often A4, larger size prints, there is an old legacy setting where it set them up as a double click. So if we have an A4 page, we just click it twice. But if you don't want to do that, if you go to a specific printer and you go to Advanced, well, actually, I think what you're going to need to do is log in as a support user. So if I log in as a support user, and I go to that printer here, I see now that I want to do 2 clicks for A3. So we can affect that if you want to. So it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, the accounting module depends on the authentication module. You can run specific reports for specific types of users, specific clients, and specific projects. But even so, we could also just run basic reports for our own benefit, where we can get an idea for who's printing what.